we welcome you inside the R.W. Beggs Senior Gymnasium for tonight's CCAC men's basketball conference bout between the visiting Trinity Christian Trolls and the Viterbo V-Hawks. Hello again, everybody. I'm Kurtlowski. Glad you could join us here on this Wednesday night, the first Viterbo home game of 2024. Couple of losses, currently on a 3-game losing streak, are the V-Hawks, all on the road. Their last win right here at home back on December 13th. Looking to get back to winning ways against what should be a tough Trinity Christian Trolls team. The best three-point percentage as a team in the CCAC this season. So we'll jump right into it. Take a look at the starting five for both sides, starting with the visiting Trolls. On top will be the 6'6" sophomore from Oviedo, Florida, and Aiden Salati. Then the 6' senior from Chicago, Illinois, and Brandon Adamo. The 6' senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, it's Tylen Harris. Then the 6' junior from Kragujevac, Serbian, Ognan Pekovic. And then rounding it out, the 6'5" senior from Oak Lawn, Illinois, and Garrett Green. As the Trolls, coached by David Osborne in his second season, assisted by Malachi Peasley and Shane Shoemaker. As for the Viterbo V-Hawks, they'll line up as such, starting with the 6'1" junior from Bloomington, Wisconsin, and Braden Krubel. Then behind him, the 6'2" sophomore from Mineral Point, Wisconsin, it's Landon Thousand, the leading assister in all the conference, averaging about 6 assists per game. Then the 6'1" junior from West Salem, Wisconsin, and Carson Kepnick. Then the 6'5" senior from La Crosse, Wisconsin, and Colin Adams. And then rounding out the 6'6" sophomore from Highlands Ranch, Colorado, the Centennial man himself, Trayton Fletcher. As the V-Hawks, coached by Wayne Wagner in his 27th season, assisted by Rob Kunitz, Scott Kepnick, Andrew Lockington, Taylor Hansen, Jackson Shaw, and Alex Burns. So we talked about a little bit, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the conference, taking on a team that currently sits in the bottom of the standings. 11th place right now, the Viterbo V-Hawks. As opposite of them, Trinity Christian currently in 5th place with a 5-3 conference record to Viterbo's 1-7. On one coming against Judson for Viterbo, who currently sit dead last in the CCAC. Viterbo going to be in the home gray uniforms. They'll be moving from left to right on your screen. As for the Trolls, in the light blue, they'll be moving from right to left. Should be a fun one. Glad you could join us. Pretty good sized crowd here tonight on this Wednesday night. As the ball is up, and it'll be tipped back by Green, and the Trolls in possession to begin this one. As Adamo up the floor with it on the far side, works off of the screen, gets himself alone on the wing. Picks up his dribbles, feeds it off to Salati. Salati right back to Adamo. Adamo tries driving in, using the baseline, as he'll try to skip this one inside through a whole lot of traffic, able to kick it back out. Salati to a wide open Tylen Harris from downtown. A rare miss from beyond the arc for the Trolls. Talking about 36% from deep. That is the best in the conference in the Chicagoland Collegiate. Landon Thousand tries driving baseline, kicks it out to the far wing. 3-ball, Colin Adams buries it. Adams 39% from deep this season, the second best on the team behind Jack Hennessy, who'll be coming off the bench in this one tonight. As Green gets it down low. Green gonna put Fletcher to work here right away. Stripped by Adams between the legs, scoops it up, kicks it out wide here to Krubel. Krubel back on top to Fletcher to set up the offense. Hits a cutting Kepnick, and he won't get that one to go. A whole lot of contact driving the lane, as to be expected. Kicks it out, Harris, 3-ball, the tie. Not going to get that one. Fletcher with the board, finding Thousand. He'll kick it up the floor here to Colin Adams. We tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Aiden Salati. Salati, talk about his defense. He's a 2-time CCAC Defensive Player of the Week this season. Most recently, this past week, he was given the honors on the 13th, yesterday. As Thousand tries driving in, can't find a lane, back out it goes to Adams. He drives back in, kicks it out, 3-ball, Landon Thousand. Averaging 11 points per game, not bad from the sophomore out of Mineral Point. 6-0 lead for Viterbo here to begin. As Green cuts it inside to Petkovic, and he's blocked. Comes to Kepnick. One pass to cross the timeline, finding Krubel on top here to Adam. Works to his right, trying to back down Salati. Tipped from behind, but it ends up being a great pass to Fletcher. Gives it right back to Adams to set up the offense. Shot clock ticking down, 10 seconds. Fletcher, big man, big three. Trayton Fletcher from way downtown makes it 9-0 for Viterbo here from the jump. Trolls still looking for their first basket. As Green holds it on top here to Petkovic. Now slings it onto the wing. Harris finds it. Bounce passes it back and on top to Salati. Tries drive it in. Turnaround jumper in the lane. Backs it through. 9-2. 17 minutes, 15 seconds left to play here in the first half. Big first bucket for the Trolls. Trolls averaging about 79 points per game, while holding team to about 79 points per game. Which is currently 6th and 8th best in the conference. Expect a high scoring affair in this one. Shot is up, shot no good, rims out from Adamo. As a kerfuffle ensues and a foul called against Braden Krubel. Adamo has stepped to the line for the first time in this one. He was played at Marion University in Wisconsin. Out in the Fox Valley. First one up, first one is good. Adamo shooting 73% from the line this season. He has shot and made the most free throws on the club. As a team, 6th best in the conference for the Trolls, at around 70% this year. Knocks both of them through, makes it a 9-4 ball game here. Still a whole lot of basketball to be played, and so far Viterbo automatic from beyond the arc. Swinging around the perimeter, finding 1,000, back to Krubel. Kicks it to Adams. Over to Kepnick, gets it right back. Fakes pass, decides to drive in. Uses the backboard, won't get it to tumble in. Rebound by Green, kicks it up to Adamo. Brandon Adamo works to his right. Tries to drive baseline, kicks it to Salati. From downtown, well short. Rebound, falls right into the lap of Trayton Fletcher. Here's 1,000, skips it on top to Fletcher. They set up the offense. Fletcher uses his dribble for a moment, finds it to 1,000. He tries backing down the big man in green. Adamo comes and helps him out. Kicks it out to Adams, shot clock down to 10 here. Krubel has this one tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Salati. Salati 15 steals this season, but he also has 10 blocks under his belt. Leads the team for the Trolls this year. As the inbound comes to the corner to Kepnick. Shot clock down to 5 now. Tries driving in. Great defense by Petkovic to steal it away. To cause the pass, we should say. Adamo drives in. Won't get that one to go on the reverse layup. Up the floor come the V-Hawks. Ball loose. Krubel able to collect it. Back to 1,000. 1,000 off to Kepnick. Now back to 1,000. Tries driving in. Feeds it here to Colin Adams off the face of the rim. Rebound collected by Tylen Harris. Harris dishes it off to Adamo. 15 minutes, 22 seconds left to play here in the first half. As Green has it down low, but the talons of the Villon defenders able to clamp in on it, jar it loose. A couple of subs, including Jack Voigt and Jack Hennessy. And Wandy Munoz, sophomore from Santiago, Dominican Republic. On for the first time here in this one. This matchup here tonight. As Green gets it in the far short corner. Shot clock down to 10. A lot of body contact with Voigt. Kicks it out to Harris. Harris tries drive it to his right. Dishes it inside to Salati. Shot clock down to 2. Works his way underneath the hoop. Can't get it to go. Jack Voigt with the rebound. Voigt, the junior from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. He'll find it to Krubel. 3 ball. No bueno. Rebound. Scooped up. And already pushing forward with it here is Munoz. Traps himself. Gives it off to Harris. Turbo defense back in numbers. As Driving in, stripped away. Landon Thousand up the floor. Kicks to Colin Adams. Adams drives in, throws it off the side of the backcourt. Gets his own shot back. Second time's a charm for Colin Adams. An 11-4 lead for Viterbo. I've seen this time and time again. Viterbo getting out to early leads in the first half, most notably against Governor State earlier this season. As the kick to the corner and the drive by Munoz is negated as he stepped on the line right in front of that Viterbo bench. Calling. But 14 minutes, 17 seconds left here in the first half. Viterbo leads 11-4 here on the V-Hawk Sports Network. Sports Network. Viterbo leads this one 11-4. Good sized crowd here tonight. Say it's white out. I don't know if anybody else got the menu. But you'll take it. On the other side of the floor, visiting teams, fans usually congregate behind the bench for the Troll. Nobody made the trip up from Palos Heights, Illinois here for this midweek clash. As Hennessy kicks it back out here to Adams. Adams be off to a good start in this one. Has himself a couple of buckets, including a 3. 5 points for him on the night. Shot clock down to 4 here. Thousand fires up to 3. Won't get that one to fall. Rebound collected by Voigt. Powers his way up. He's hit. He'll head to the line. Turbo already showing. Working against the grain, working against the numbers here in this one. They rank dead last in the conference after 31 rebounds a game. They've already collected a couple of big offensive boards. The line this season, they are 8th at 68%. Voigt's first one up is good. Jack Voigt, 70% from the line this year. So he'll try to knock down the second one, maybe give his team a 9-point lead here early on. Anyway, 13-4 with 13 minutes and 44 seconds left here in the first half. And Salati feeds it down, low it in. Munoz tries driving and gives it right back to Salati. Salati skips it quickly here to Corey George and convert. George, junior out of Chicago, Illinois, previously played at Kalamazoo Valley Community College before making his way over to Palos Heights. This side now a score 13-6. Foul on the way up for Colin Adams. About it a lot with Colin Adams. Great in just about every area on the basketball floor, offensively, defensively. When it comes to the free throw line, kind of his Achilles heel to say the least. 48% from the line this year. Shot is up. Hangs off the iron. So a couple of subs back on for the Trolls. One late sub here to try to get Kepnick into the ball game. Otman, Petkovic, and Garrett Green back out on the floor for the Trolls here. Adams trying to come through and split at the free throw line. Shot is up. Shot is good. 14-6, 13 minutes and 12 seconds left to play here in the first half. Viterbo in front. Keep this lead. They've lost their last 3. That's for Trinity Christian coming off of an overtime thriller against St. Xavier. They won 106-97 in overtime. Hennessy kicks it to the corner. Kepnick, no good on that 3-ball attempt as Adamo collects the rebound. Immediately takes up the floor. Great find down low to hit Wandy Munoz. Can't help himself but finish. And a steal off the inbound, Tylen Harris. Harris holds it on the wing, tries to rip past Hennessy. Can't quite that time. Gives it back to Adamo. Now over to Munoz. Popping out to collect it is Harris. Tries to set up the offense. He'll rip through, work to his left. Still continuing the dribble, feeds it to Munoz. Into the lane he goes. Shot clock down to 10. Got Kepnick jumping, and he's able to finish that one. Just like that, a 4-point ball game here. As Hennessy holds it on the wing, works off of a screen from Voigt. Kicks it back out as they'll work it here to Adams. Now to Jacob Watson. So work it back to Adams. Trying to get it down low to Voigt. Can't quite. Finds no way to. Kepnick skips it back out on top. Adams tries to drive it in. Back out it comes. Jack Hennessy. 44% from beyond the arc this season. Leads the team for the V-Hawks. 17-10. As Harris picks up his dribble. Dishes it off to Adamo. Looks off to his right, now cuts to his left, drives it, tries to skip it to the corner, but the hand of Petkovic got in the way. It'll be saved by Voigt. And a steal for the V-Hawks. Kepnick, Hennessy, the hot hand, can't get it to go. Ball tumbles back to Petkovic. Adamo runs the point here for the Trolls with 11 minutes and 10 seconds. Ball comes loose, diving on the floor is Watson, trapped on his butt. And just throwing it over everybody to Green, he'll get fouled. A little Hail Mary to get that ball over the fence. Had 3 defenders, one sitting right next to him, and the other 2 bearing down over top. A whole host of subs for both sides. Green going to come off. 1,000 back out onto the floor for Viterbo. As well as Trayton Fletcher and Jonah Ogunsanya, prospect Illinois. As a steal here, Colin Adams going to bring the fans to their feet. (19-10) after the emphatic slam, reverse slam, right at from Colin Adams. Working to his left here is Harris. Kicks it out wide to Adamo. He drives in, throws up the shot. He gets fouled on his way through. Kepnick picks up his first foul of the night. Adamo heads back to the line here in this one. 44 of 60 this season. And he'll knock down the first one. Adamo with 3 points in this one, all from the free throw line. He's 0 of 3 from the field to begin the contest. Don't call upon Corey George to play the post for the Trolls here. Adamo second. Up and good. Makes it 19-12 now. 7-point lead for Viterbo. 10 minutes and 28 seconds left to play here in the first half. 1,000 up the floor, runs a point, finds Ogunsanya, now to Kruger. Kruger tries to drive it to his left, fires it inside to Fletcher, hands it off to 1,000. Rips through. Puts up the shot, gets the favorable roll to fall in. Makes it 21-12 with 10 minutes left to play here in the first half. Adamo once again runs the point here for the Troll. He dishes it off to Harris, who looks for Salati. Back to Harris. Ask for a screen, he won't use it, dishes it out to Salati. Tries to drive it in on the free throw line, fires it down low, shot up by Petkovic. They try to save it and they will. Work it to Adamo, 3-ball. No good, trying to fight for the board once more is Petkovic. I think that's going to be over the back call. Shoving his man in defense, trying to win the rebound back, and that'll take us to a timeout on the floor. 9 minutes, 38 seconds left to play here in the first half. Viterbo leads 21-12 over the Trolls. The Vhawks will take. Network, 21-12 the score. Vhawks in front of the Trinity Christian Trolls here on this Wednesday night special of CCAC men's basketball. The women's game before this was Trinity Christian. Their last season, last year of operation as a university women's team. Not have enough players to cancel the rest of their season. So Landon Thousand makes a point here for the Vhawks, as he usually does. Works to his left, able to scoot it here to Cole Johnson. Drives it back out to Thousand. He tries driving in. Turnaround jumper is good. How about that finish from Landon Thousand? It's already up the floor. Pekovic looks on top to Salati as they work it to the perimeter, to the near corner. Pekovic drives in, kicks it out to Silas Spalding. Drives in, won't get that one to fall. Rebound collected by the Vhawks. Up the floor comes Landon Thousand. The commander of the offense drives the baseline, nowhere to go with it. Kicks it back out to Johnson. Johnson looks for Krubel, tries to feed it inside to the mismatch of Trayton Fletcher against Brandon Adamo. Against Sanya. Slides it to Thousand, has some room. He'll fire the three and sink it. Landon Thousand up to 10 points here in the first half, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Not a bad start to his night in this one. As Green gets it down low, working against Fletcher. Turnaround jumper, sky hook. Gets it to go. To a 12-point lead for the Turtle. 8 minutes, 5 seconds left to play in the first half. Thousand crosses the midcourt line. He'll try weaving his way through a couple defenders. They find it to Trayton Fletcher. Another three for the big man. A perfect 2 of 2 in this one. 6 points for him, just like that. He's only taken 2 shots, both of them from deep, as the ball last touched by the Trolls, and Viterbo wins possession back. It's David Osborne. Call upon Tylen Harris and Wandy Munoz back out on the floor. A couple of good early shifts for those two. Wandy Munoz up to 4 points. Tied for the team lead right now. And this one is a steal by Salati up the floor. Numbers not in his favor. He'll wrap around the last defender and give it off to Munoz. Gets fouled on his way up. Drew a lot of contact. That was the idea. 4th team foul against the Vhawks here early on. First collected by Cole Johnson, junior out of Evansville, Wisconsin. Appeared in 14 games. He's made 10 starts. As Munoz can't sink the first one. Munoz from the line, only 57%. 12 of 21 coming off of a 7-point performance against St. Xavier on the weekend. And then 106 to 97 victory in overtime. Able to make the second one, though. Makes it a 29-15 Viterbo lead. Ogunsanya slides it in to Trayton Fletcher. He'll run the point here. It's Fletcher finding Thousand. Works off of the screen. Tries driving in. Picks up his dribble, looking for some help. Back out here to Krubel. Krubel. They work it to Ogunsanya. Tight defense here by the Trolls as of late in the last couple of possessions, but Fletcher pops out, knocks down his third field goal of the night. Fletcher now up to 8 points on the night. Fletcher does shoot 50% from deep. He's also 51% from the field this season. A lot of his shots being down low for a postman. Going to show you, he will pop out every once in a while. He's done that here tonight. Now he's back on defense, working against Garrett Green. Ball comes loose, and Fletcher now on the fast break. Fires it inside to Cole Johnson. Had a little pepper on that fastball. And a timeout taken by David Osborne. Pretty good run right now for the V-Hawks. We'll keep it here. Only will be a full. I think they'll be immediate timeout, so we'll keep it here. We've got some numbers to talk about in this one. Trinity Christian's leading scorer, Wandy Munoz, with 5 points. 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Better Adorno, apologies. 4 points. He's 0 of 4 from the field. He's perfect. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Apologies to the Adorno family. Change the name to this point. We got it once online. Write it down with all the numbers. So that's it now. No. Landon Fouls leads away, 10 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown. Colin Adams, 8 points in this one. Trayton Fletcher, 8 points as well. He has not missed. 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from deep. He'll roll it in back from the timeout. As Adorno off to his right. The bounce pass, able to find it to Salati. Looks down low to the post to Garrett Green. Back out, 3 ball. Salati not going to get this one to tumble in. Rebound collected by Krubel. Krubel now trying to keep the momentum swinging the V-Hawk way. Pretty good sized crowd, can't disappoint. Trying to fire a pass inside, somehow rolls its way off the foot of the defender to Colin Adams. 20-point lead for the V-Hawks here, 35 to 15. That's Munoz. Short hops it to Salati, fires it inside to Green. Green back out to Harris. He'll work it all the way back to Munoz in the far corner. Now with it on top is Adorno. He drives in, poked away, collected by Fletcher. He'll try to skip this one back across the court, and it'll be intercepted by Munoz. He'll put up the shot, knocks it home. Munoz wants the rest of his side to play up defensively. Osborne, the coach, says wait for him to get back. Krubel looks off to his left. Gets it on top to Hennessy. Bounce pass to Adams. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 5 minutes left in the half. Adams, 5 seconds now. Wide open, Landon Thousand. Having himself a night. He is 3 of 4 now from deep. 13 points. Have to reset the shot clock here. Floor did not have it running, and that'll take us to a timeout. 38-17, it's all Viterbo here, a 21-point lead with 4 minutes and 47 seconds left here to play in the first half. You're watching CCAC men's basketball on the V-Hawk Sports Network. Lights out shooting, to say the least, as the team of Rebel Trinity. 58% from the field in this one. So 58% from deep, and that has been their success in this one. 7 of 12. As for Trinity Christian, only 32%, 6 of 19 from the field, and an incredible 0 of 5. Very uncharacteristic on this Trolls from Young York. Adorno gets the inbound, runs a point, trying to run some offense, gives it off to Harris. Harris going to float it to Solati. Solati works to his right, feeds it off. Harris looking for that first 3 of the night. Can't get it to go for the Trolls. Rebound collected by the V-Hawks. Here is Watson up the floor, dishes it off to Hennessy. They will swing it around the perimeter, finding it to Krubin. Out of Void, back to Krubin. Pump fake, he'll drive, pulls up. Can't get it to go in. Adorno collects the rebound. They'll push it up the floor here for the Trolls. Finding it off to Tylen Harris. Works off to his left, now back to his right. Picks up his dribble and slings it to Solati. Tries to get it inside and will to Garrett Green. Back down his man, and a whole lot of contact as Colin Adams helping out best he could, but once he turned, tried to get a hand up there to tip that ball away. Just got a bit too much. Landon Thousand re-enters the fray. Jacob Watson back off. Watson, a senior from Franklin, Wisconsin. 17 games last year for the V-Hawks. On the inbound, Green like a wide receiver, able to collect it over the defense. As Voigt races in, trying to kick it up quickly. Pass able to be found at Colin Adams. He'll lay it up and in. Smart on Voigt to collect and immediately looked for a point guard, but he had Adams wide open down the floor. Maybe missed out on what could have been a dunk. Wide open like that. Thompson able to dish it to him with a 3 ball, far corner, first 3 of the night. Coming from Ogden and Petkovic, the Serbian, makes it 40-20. Search up how to pronounce his hometown. Kragujevac, Serbia, proud of that one. He's driving in is Adams. Kicks it back out on top to Thousand. Shot clock down to 10. 3 minutes left in the half. Thousand, great find. Able to find an open Jack Ford who lays it up and in. Playing some great phonetic basketball offensively for Viterbo in this one. New year, new team, coming off a couple of tight losses on the road. Most recently, an 85-83 loss to Calumet. Now back at home. New year, new team. Great find down low to Green, but can't get the roll to go. That's been the story for the Trolls in this one. A lot of good looks underneath the hoop. Can't get that roll to go their way. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left to play here in the first half. Hennessy gets it in the far corner. Sends it on top to Adams. He'll try driving in here. Kicks it to the corner. 3 ball. Thousand. Automatic. 4 of 5 from deep. 6 of 7 from the field. He's up to 16 points now in this one. Also has himself 4 assists. Another 3 from the corner from Petkovic. Can't knock it through the ball. Tipped back loosely to Harris. Adorno drives in, back out, open 3, look for Harris. He'll sink it. Harris 38% from deep, coming off a 20-point performance against St. Xavier. It was the 3rd highest point total on the Trolls side in that match. And behind that of Garrett Green and of Brandon Adorno. So Colin Adams, well short. Voigt able to save it, but right to Adorno, and Hennessy fouls it. Whole host of subs for both sides checking out. Ray George back playing the post for Trinity Christian. Ray George leads the way on the team from the field, 66% this season. He's a perfect 1 of 1 from deep. Three-point threat. He gets a lot of his shots. Just looking at the guy's size. He's 6'7". Offensive presence in the post for the junior. Here he works. Oh, hook shot. A whole lot of contact. Can't get it to go. 1,000 with a minute left in this one. Races up the floor. Kicks it out wide. Kepnick knocks it through. 30-second timeout taken by Wayne Wagner. Knows his team's hot right now. Wants to draw something up defensively. Get a quick stop. Drain the clock out. Shooting the three ball like Wisconsin bad. Great game last night. Big win over Golden Gopher. Check out that finish. Good one. Well, we have the time before we get to half. A couple of games going on tonight. St. Xavier against Holy Cross. Judson at Indiana South Bend. Governor State at Indiana Northwest. St. Ambrose taking on St. Francis and Olivet Nazarene against Calumet. Take a look at the standings real quick on the CCAC. Olivet Nazarene perfect 8-0 to begin their season. Then Indiana South Bend at 7-1 in second. Governor State at 6-2. St. Francis tied with Trinity Christian at 5-3 in the trio of teams. Calumet, Indiana Northwest, St. Xavier all at 4-4. St. Ambrose at 3-5. Holy Cross and Viterbo at 1-7. And Judson in the cellar at 0-8. Back to action here. Final 45 seconds left in the first half. As Munoz runs the point, standing on the V-Hawks logo at midcourt, dishes it off to Adorno. Works to his right. Sends it back. Three ball. Harris. Don't let the Trolls get hot. Another three for them. Looking to carry some momentum into the second half. Shot clock turned off here for the final 20 seconds. 1,000. Going to take his time. Most offenses do with shot clock turned off. They'll wait for about 10 seconds to start moving. Here they go. 1,000 works off of the screen, kicks it to the corner. Krugel rises up, can't get it to go. Adams at the board. 4 seconds now. Inside to a cutting Braden Krugel. Great finish. And as the horn sounds, a Hail Mary from Tylen Harris. Well short, and that'll take it to the halftime break. 50-26, Viterbo masterful in the first half. Thanks in part to Landon 1,000, 6 of 7 from the field, 4 of 5 from deep, 16 points on the night. We got to step away real quick. When we come back, we'll have all the numbers in this one. The Hawk Sports Network. Viterbo leads 50-26 over Trinity Christian Trolls. here on the VHawk Sports Network. 50-26 at half. Viterbo in front, shooting impeccably in this contest. I'm Krivlovsky. Glad you could join us here from the RW Beggs Senior Gymnasium on the campus of Viterbo University for this one tonight. Take a look at some other scores on the CCAC before we dive into the second half in this. We'll look at numbers in the first half as in the second half, Holy Cross and St. Xavier tied 59-59. Indiana South Bend with an 82-55 victory over Judson. Judson still searching for their first victory in conference play this year. Governor State 33, Indiana Northwest 21 entering close to halftime. At the break, however, St. Ambrose 38, St. Francis 35, and then just getting going. Albert Nazarene 28, Calumet 13 in that one. But taking a look at the individual numbers in this one. For Trinity Christian, their leading scorer, Wandy Munoz, with 7 points in this one. He's perfect 3 of 3 from the field. The leading rebounder, Adam Adorno, with 4, and he's also the leading assister with the same numerical total. As for Viterbo, Landon Thousand, he has been lights out, to say the least. 16 points in this one, 6 of 7 from the field, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Colin Adams, the only other double-digit scorer right now for Viterbo with 12 points. Leading rebounder, Colin Adams with 5. He also leads away, tied with Landon Thousand with 5 assists in this contest. Take a look at the team totals. Viterbo, 59% from the field, 60% from deep, 75% from the free throw line, 3 of 4. Trinity Christian, 9 of 27, 33% from the field, 3 of 10 from beyond the arc, 30%, and 83% from the free throw line, 5 of 6. Coming out of the break, the only thing that changes, Viterbo moving right to left, and for the Trolls, left to right on your screen. Second half underway. Viterbo looking to keep this large lead in their favor. Drayton Fletcher gets it going early. Fletcher remains perfect. 4 of 4 from the field now in this one. He is up to 10 points. 52-26, trying to make it a 30-point lead for Viterbo. Pass inside. Able to save him going out of bounds is Silas Spaulding. He'll work it around out of the far short corner to Corey George. My apologies. That is Jaden Gilsey. First time on the floor in this one. Turns it over. A couple of new faces. Gilsey very shortly. Junior out of East Hartford, Connecticut. Previously played at Essex County Community College out there in New Jersey. 19 minutes left to decide a victory in this one. 9,000 slings it to Kepnick. Kepnick back to Thousand, drives in, feeds it down low, back out. Kepnick, 3, not gonna go. Pekovic with the rebound, slides it forward to Spaulding. Spaulding between the legs, kicks it on top. Driving here is Jacob Spaulding. As he'll dish it off. Stuck underneath the hoop here for a moment. Pekovic able to get it out to Silas Spaulding. Out of the corner to Danny Staskunas, junior of West Allis. The shot goes in. 52-28. Viterbo still comfortably in charge of this one. Fletcher, perfect down tonight from the field in this one. Don't forget that. As Kepnick open on top of the silo. Can't get it to go. Rebound collected by Corey George. They'll feed it on back to Silas Spaulding. It was not a part in that overtime matchup in the most recent contest. 3-ball knocked home by Staskunas. Staskunas coming off the bench here in the second half, trying to get his side back into it. 21-point lead for Viterbo as Adams tries driving, can't find it. They work it outside, looking for Kepnick. Now Thousand tries driving. Backing down his man. Shot clock down to 9. Feeds it off Krubel. Pulls up. Can't get it to go. Fletcher wins the board. Fires it to save it from going out of bounds. Here's Thousand driving. Goes up. Can't get the roll to go. As trying to punch it back up is Colin Adams. He gets blocked by Drayton Fletcher, his own man. Suppose when you're just looking at the hands and the ball, you don't look at the body. Kick to Staskunas. He can't miss right now. Fresh off the bench. 2 of 2 from deep. 6 points right out of the half. Closing the gap. 18-point lead now for Viterbo. Kepnick works off a screen from Fletcher. Now slides it here to Thousand. Thousand with a deep crossover, drives in, feeds it, kick out to Con Adams. Shot clock down to 7, puts up the shot. He's fouled by Pekovic. So Adams steps to the line. Him already a little bit from the line. His struggles this season so far in the night. He is 1 of 2. First one up. First one won't go. Both. We'll talk about the Trolls a little bit. Silas Spaulding and Jacob Spaulding. Both did not feature against St. Xavier in the most recent contest. And now both are on. We'll begin the second half. So here's Jacob Spaulding. Between the leg dribble, flips it back to Silas. The other Spaulding drives in, puts up the shot off the backboard, no good. Kepnick rips the ball away to collect the rebound. As here's Adams. Back out to Krugel. Fletcher looking for Thousand. Can't give it to him. Looked at a back cutting Kepnick. They can't fire it in. Here's Adams. Backing down his man in the lane. Back out to Thousand. He tries driving in here. Will redirect. Able to lay it off the glass and good. 55-34. 21 lead for Viterbo. 16 minutes left in this one. Trying to keep this 20-point cushion in front of him. Spaulding drives in, puts up the shot just short. Crashing in to collect the board is Corey George, trying to save him going out of bounds. It's taken away by Fletcher. Pass inside to a cutting Colin Adams, who finishes with impunity. Some Viterbo fans wanting a foul, but they'll take the 2 points. As here's Staskunis. He'll pull up. He hasn't missed yet from deep. Till then, Fletcher with the rebound. And in Thousand, 15 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the second half. Adams tries it to Fletcher, pops out to collect it, pushes it out in the corner. 3-ball, Krugel, no bueno, illegal. Rebound collected by Jacob Spaulding. Trolls come marching up the floor. Silas Spaulding feeds it inside to Corey George, and a charge call. Drayton Fletcher takes the fall. He's playing some of his best basketball on both ends tonight. Fletcher's season high is 12 points. He currently sits with 10, and that'll take us to a timeout. 57-34 the score. 14 minutes, 57 seconds left here in the ball game. Turbo leads on the VO Sports Network. Sports Network. 57-34 the score. Viterbo in front of Trinity Christian. Once again, it's Wednesday night. It's Wednesday back here at home against Indiana Northwest. The women's side for that one. It's kind of the odd scheduling. Some teams don't play on the men's side or the women's side. Plenty of time so far this year. The odd number of teams, well, I guess it evens out now. The Trinity Christian women's side no longer playing in the remainder of the year. That's for the men's side. Still, I believe. No, it is even. 13 on the women's side. As Krugel, 10 seconds left on the shot clock, hits it to Hennessy. Can't get it to drop. Rebound collected by Tylen Harris. Marches up the floor. Step back, thought about shooting, gives it off to Salado. Tennessee had it poked loose, trying to keep it from going out of bounds with possession. And it'll roll out. Last touch by him. Call upon Harris to inbound it here, the senior out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Played a lot of minutes last year, ranked 18th in the NAIA with 35 minutes per game. He's third in the conference in that regard. Pass by Green will not find Adorno. And Turbo wins possession back. Harris also fourth in the conference last year, 130 assists, and also trained 61 three-pointers, which is 8th best in the conference. Really good season for him. Build upon it this year. Adams kicks it out to Krubel. Krubel going to work off a screen from the Voigt. Kicks it out to Adams. Pump fake. He'll drive for a moment. Back out. Krubel fires up the three. Braden Krubel, much like his brother. Knocked down the big three ball. Makes it 60-34. There's Adorno. To Harris, now looks down low to Green. Green working against Voigt. Kicks it back out. They flip it quickly to Adorno. He drives in, little Euro, feeds it down low to Green. Won't get it to go, but a foul is called. Jack Voigt. The culprit picks up his second foul of the night.
2 shots for Green.
Pretty good performance for the Turbo in this one so far. Green up, can't get it to go. Ranks 4th best in the conference from the free throw line at 84% awareness. He's only missed 8 out of 9 this year from the free throw line. A whole lot of conference leaders are in the top 5 for either side in the statistical category. Bodes well for Trinity Christian, where you have just a plethora of guys. As we mentioned, they're sitting 5th in the conference right now. As he goes 0 of 2. And we have a plethora of guys that are able to play good basketball as a united team. Nice 1,000. Back out here. Adams tries driving. Down his man, puts up the shot on the hook shot. Gets it to go. Adams playing great basketball here in the second half so far. He's now up to 17 points on the night. Adorno here to Munoz. Back out to Adorno. 3 ball, no good. Off night for the Trolls as a collective. 5 of 14 now from downtown in this one. Team that leads the conference at 36% from beyond the arc. 1 point above second best, St. Ambrose Fighting Beavers. Foul on the floor. Have Jacob Watson inbound from the side as Adorno picks up his first in the night. Does lead the team with 22 steals. But it's, you mark it up to his tenacity. Take that ball away. Trailing by, could be 28 points right now, but needs some steals. Hennessy, he'll drive into the lane. Kick it back out to Adams. Some calls for a travel, fall on some deaf ears. Regardless, Adams can't sink it. Adorno up the floor, reverses against Watson, drives in, dishes it off to Pekovic. Serbian knocks it through. 62-36. 12 minutes left to play here in the second half as 1,000 works off of a screen. Back out to Fletcher, open 3 look. He's dangerous tonight. Don't leave him that wide open. 13 points. It's a season high for Trayton Fletcher now. How about him? 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. Now 5 of 5 from the field. And Brandon Adorno answers right back with a 3 of his own. 65-39. 11 minutes and 24 seconds left to play in this one. Watson dribbles around the perimeter. Clean the leg dribble. Try going to his right. Back out to Hennessy. Face guarded by Tylen Harris. Works off the screen from Fletcher. He'll try to fire it inside. It wasn't a bad look, but Fletcher not on the same page in the post. Harris dishes it off to Adorno. Adorno works off the screen, has a lane, he'll attack it. Goes up, he's denied by Colin Adams. Here's Jack Hennessy with a layup. Heard the footsteps of Pekovic behind him. Lays it up and in. 67-39. Here's Green, back out on top of the key. Harris knocks it through. Big time three for Tylen Harris. He's played in 15 games this season, now 16, making a total of 15 starts, averaging 11 points per game. They work it here to Hennessy. Now on top, they swing it to the corner. Here's Adams. Over to Thousand. Works off the screen from Fletcher once again. He's stripped by Green. Great defense by Garrett Green to take that one away. Now the Trolls in transition. Here's Harris. Pump fake. He'll try to attack the hoop here. Hopping, skipping into the lane. Nice feed off to Green. Oh, under the hoop. Layup for Garrett Green. Averaging 14 points per night. It's Garrett Green coming off a 26-point performance, a season high against St. Xavier. 8 of 11 from the field and 9 of 10 from the free throw line. 67-44. Viterbo leads this one over the Trinity Christian Trolls. On the Vhawk Sports Network. Thousand drives in, kicks it to the corner. Watson from deep. Vhawks feeling it tonight. 12 of 22 from beyond the arc. 70-44. As they'll be eyeing up what would be their largest victory of the season. Currently set at 87 points. Keep an eye on that with 9 minutes left to play in this one. Watson finds Fletcher to the corner. Hennessy, yes sir. Can't miss right now. 73-46 with 8 minutes and 45 seconds left in the ball game. Green, Moses into the lane. Puts up a shot. He's fouled from behind. And that'll take us to a timeout. Vhawks flying high right now. 73-46 the score. Vhawks in front of the Trinity Christian Trolls with 8 minutes and 42 seconds left in the ball game. You're watching CCAC men's basketball on the Vhawk Sports Network. Seconds left to play in this one. The Turbo lead 73-46 on the Take a look at Trayton Fletcher having himself a great night in this one. Talk about some of his numbers individually so far tonight. 13 points, a season high, 5 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from deep, 5 rebounds as well. I don't know if they give out a player of the game honors, but certainly he's in the running. He hasn't taken more than 3 threes in a game this year, and that was against St. Francis. He went 2 of 3 from deep. He's up to a really great game in this one for downtown. Second one up by Garrett Green is up. It'll not tumble in. Ball bobbled around until Kepnick comes up with it. Ogunsanya in transition. All the Vhawks firing on all cylinders. It's a 30-point lead with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. My goodness. Everything coming up. Viterbo right now in this one. Ogunsanya finally on the board. There's a foul down low from the Vhawk defense. Jack Voigt, the culprit, will send Danny Staskunis to the line. Never mind, he's just handshaking with Gary Green. .76 to 47 score right now in this one. Second up, second one good. Makes it 76 to 48 now. It's a full court press put on by the Trolls. Grubel able to just race alongside Tylen Harris. Continues his dribble into the lane, kicks it out to Kepnick. Kepnick takes a pass, makes a pass. Here to Cole Johnson as he walked with it. 14 made threes in this one. Is a season high for Viterbo. Next most was 13 against Clark right at the very start of the year back in November. Since then, they have not had a performance like this from deep. As Green collects it on a roll in the corner, gives off to Salati. Gives it right back. Green gonna go to work. Kicks it to the corner. He'll work it on the wing. Three ball on the way. How about Brandon Adorno? My apologies to Skunis. Cashes in. Makes it a 76-51 lead. For Viterbo, cutting to the deficit, should say. And somehow that ball almost gets through to Jack Voigt. But Salati able to get to it, get his hands on it before it's a jump ball. 58% from beyond the arc. That's a season high as well. At some point you got to start asking. Maybe we'll check in the record books. See where that ranks. Turbo lore. Basketball side. Something to as Green collects it, kicks it out here to Salati, tries driving in, rises up, can't get it to fall. As Kepnick comes away with the rebound for a moment, and a hefty hack from Salati. Garner the call. Fourth team foul. In fact, the foul will be called against Gary Green as the inbound comes to Kruger. We're going to work one-on-one here against Harris. Didn't face much opposition. Sani will try driving baseline. Back out to Johnson, to Kruger, to Kepnick. They work it all the way around. Sanya unloads. We've got a foul underneath. Team foul here in the second half. Against 6 minutes, 44 seconds left in this one, and we have another foul. This time we called against Ogunsanya. Inbound. His first of the night. Most threes made in a game for Viterbo is 18, set back in 2014 against the Trinity Christian Trolls in a non-conference matchup. So that's kind of the number they're chasing right now in this one. Keep that in mind, 18 made threes. Here's Harris driving for the Trolls. Dribble it back out. Pump fake, hesitate, drive the lane with the left hand. Can't get the roll to go. Jack Voigt with the rebound. Watch out from behind as Harris came flying in. Itching for a turnover, or take him. It's three different words. Krubel puts up a 3, but a foul on the floor. So they only need 4 more threes to tie with 6 minutes left. Very good chance they might get that. 5 to set the record. Chasing history here tonight for Viterbo. They're 56% three-point percentage in this race right now. 1,000 on the inbound, finding Adams, tries backing down his man. Low block, can't get it to go. Ball remains loose, comes to Johnson. He hops into the lane, he's blocked away here by Salati. He's saved by going out of bounds. A last touch by Wandy Munoz. So rebounding it down by the corner. Adorno subs back into this one, as well as Silas Spaulding. Both Spauldings listed as 6-foot juniors from Wilkinson, Indiana. The inbound comes to Voigt, but Salati gets a bit too much of Voigt. Now Viterbo in the bonus. Salati's first foul in this one. Voigt steps to the line. We talked about him a little bit from the line this season, 70%. 10 points against Calumet his last ball game. First of the 1-and-1 is up and good. Nonchalant, ball went up. He dropped his elbow, or dropped his shoulders. Out to 6 points on the night. He also has himself 4 rebounds as well. Second one up, second one good. 78-51. 6 minutes left to play here in this one. Viterbo. The game's coming up. They'll be on the road this Saturday at Holy Cross. And then at home next Wednesday against Indiana Northwest. Ball tipped out of bounds by Colin Adams. It'll stay Troll away. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the contest. Trinity Christian, their next matchup on Saturday against Calumet back at home. The two teams split their 2 matchups last season. Trinity Christian getting a 74-69 win at home, and then Viterbo returned the favor with a 77-64 win at home. Themselves, as it shot no good, flying out of the hand of Wandy Munoz. 1,000 looks for Krubel to the corner, fires it inside to 1,000 to Voigt. It back out, hands it off to Krubel. Gets it back to 1,000. Now looks for Johnson. Feeds it inside. Jack Voigt. 80-51. Have not shot a 3 since I mentioned that the 3 record is in the balance. Need 4 more 3s to tie. 5 for the all-time lead. Has a great pass, a great find to Ogden Kovic. 1,000 up the floor. 80-53. 7 points away, however, from their largest victory, or tying their largest victory point total this season. Back out, the ball comes to Krubel. He'll turn, gets it to Voigt. Voigt hands it back off to Krubel. He'll pull up just short of the 3-point line, but Voigt able to win it back. Second shot, a lot of collision, causes an error. Throw. Driving in, a little Euro from Adorno. Feeds it inside here to Salati. He dishes it off to Pekovic, who's able to finish. 80-55, 4 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in this one. As Johnson floats it inside to Voigt, but reading it well is Adorno. One pass forward, another pass forward, finding Pekovic to finish it off. 80-57. One heck of a comeback if they pull it off. 1,000. Picks up his dribble, looking for some help. Tries to get it to Krubel. Be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Adorno. And that'll do it for the last couple minutes of play. We've got a timeout on the floor, so we'll step away. 80-57. Viterbo in front of Trinity Christian with 3 minutes and 39 seconds left to play in this one. here on the V-Hawk Sports Network.
We are champions of character.
Back here on the V-Hawk Sports Network, 80-57. Turbo in front of the Trinity Trolls on Lipsky here on the V-Hawk Sports Network. CCAC Men's Basketball. So the Turbo needs to score 91 points, so 11 points in the next 3 minutes to set their season high for most points scored, as Landon 1,000 unloads, 3 away now from the program record for most threes in a game. Most threes made in a game, I should say. Don't track the misses. Pass inside to Adorno, kicks it near corner, 3 ball off the rim as Kepnick collects it. They'll march it up the floor. Turbo well in control of this one. Large in part to their 15-56 from beyond the arc. 1,000 drives in, he's blocked on his way up by Salati. Green dishes it off to Harris. Goes to his left, bounce passes it to Green. Back out to collect it as Adorno. He fires up the 3 ball. That one off the rim, right there to tip it back up and in is Aiden Salati. Florida man flies in. He also gets a steal back on the other end. As here's Harris from deep. He won't get it to go. Fletcher collects the rebound. Fletcher having himself a great night. We talked about it, hitting a couple of big threes in this one. Then we started talking about the three-point record. So 3 away. They make 3 threes in the next 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And they can tie it as not on this possession. Tylen Harris with another steal. Up the floor, he goes with it. So he's grabbed and the ball finds its way back to him. Adorno drives baseline. He pulls up, gets it to rim home. Timeout going to be taken by David Osborne. Maybe a 30-second. If it is a full, we'll keep it here regardless. With 2 minutes left to play exactly here in this one. We talked quite a bit about three-pointers made in this one. It's the most they've made this season. It's chasing history, but I think when you're up by as much as you're up right now by 22 points, kind of can get the foot off the gas here. Still a whole lot of season left to play, especially the conference schedule. They're playing too high intensity for Turbo. We'll take a look at some other scores right now around the conference. As Holy Cross did defeat St. Xavier, they were tied at the low 30s, I believe. It ended up being Holy Cross 83, St. Xavier 69, Indiana South Bend 82, Judson 55, Viterbo up 83-61. Indiana Northwest trailing Governor State 64-43. St. Francis in a tight ball game, 75-73 against St. Ambrose. And then finally, Whitmire Center and winning Indiana, Olivet Nazarene 44, Calumet 36. Turbo in bonus for the final 2 minutes of this one to round out a monumental victory for them to pick up their second conference win of the season against somebody higher than them on the table. Between the leg dribble for Lucas Hoffman. Finding it here to Hennessy. To his right. Finding it to Watson. Watson on the wing. He'll try driving in. Kicks it Ogunsanya. 3 ball. No, not to get it. I'm not sure anybody else in the arena knows that there's a record on the line, but certainly took some air out of it. Feed inside to Salati. Put it back out, gives it off to Harris. Harris inside tap to Dorno. 3 ball from the far corner for Green. He knocks it home. Garrett Green, 35% from beyond the arc this season. Final minute left to play here in this one. 83-64 the score. Viterbo has this one well in hand. And put a cherry on top of this one to collect the victory. So slip it to Jack Floyd. He's blocked by the rim. Great find. He found himself too far underneath the hoop. Salati kicks it out. Adorno, 3 ball. No bueno. Fighting for the rebound. A trio of trolls and throwing it off the backboard. Behind to the backboard is Salati. Quite the effort to win it back and almost to save it. But all for naught. So he'll call upon Lucas Hoffman. Or my apologies, it was a whistle blown. I think they just thought that Hoffman may have just been standing, looking like he was going to come, and fooled me. As the inbound comes to Watson, finding Hennessy. He'll try and march up the floor. Get to Watson. Watson picks up his dribble, looking for some help, finds it to Hennessy. 33 seconds left to play in this one. One final possession here for Viterbo offensively. If they get the ball back, I assume they will. Trolls knock down a shot. All they'll have to do is cross the timeline into their offensive zone and run this one out. It's Adorno. Scoops it up. Shot clock turned off for the final 20 seconds. Crossover. Adorno drives in. Back out. Tipped on its way to Harris. Harris between the leg dribble. Watson in defense. Slides it to Spalding. He'll drive in against Ogunsanya. He'll try putting up a shot. He'll get fouled. Exactly 10 seconds left. So he'll head to the line. Foul on Jack Hennessy as Silas Spalding. 70% from the line this season. 14 of 20 this year. First set of free throws for him here tonight. Clangs off the base of the iron. Despite all the scoring for Viterbo, no double-doubles. Colin Adams closest to it as the second one up and good. 83-65, final 10 seconds. We'll get it to Hoffman. He'll walk this one out. And that'll do it here tonight from the RW Beck Senior Gymnasium. An 83-65 victory for the Viterbo V-Hawks. They snap a 3-game losing streak and move to 4-11 overall and 2-7 in conference play. For the Trolls, they move to 8-9, 1 game under 500. And they move to 5-4 in conference play. As a 2-game win streak snaps here tonight. Take a look at some individual numbers as Ognan Pekovic, the Serbian, led the way, 11 points in this one, tying himself with Garrett Green, who also had 11 points. Leading rebounder in this one was Brandon Adorno with 5 boards, and leading his sister also Adorno with 6. Viterbo, those Landon Thousands tonight, 21 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 5 of 7 from deep. Colin Adams, 17 points in this one with 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Drayton Fletcher, a perfect night for him. 5 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from deep, 13 points overall, setting a season high for him. The leading rebounder in this was Colin Adams with 8, and the leading assister was Landon Thousand, keeping right on mark with his conference leading averages per game. As for the team's totals in this one, Viterbo, you don't lose a whole lot of games shooting under 50%. They shot 52% from the field, 31 of 60 in this one. And even better, 15 of 27 from beyond the arc. 56%, going 75% from the free throw line. As for Trinity Christian, 24 of 56, 43%. A lot of those buckets late in this one on a couple of easy layups for them. They were 9 of 22 from the field, still 41%. Not bad, a lot of those in the second half. And from the free throw line, 8 of 14, 57% in this one. So that does it for us here tonight. Trinity Christian, their next contest against Calumet on Saturday. They get back to winning ways back at home. As for Viterbo, they're on the road against Holy Cross on Saturday. And they'll be right back at home against Indiana Northwest next Wednesday right here at the R.W. Begg Senior Gymnasium. Well, with that being said, for our incredible crew, man, no way that be. I'm Cooper Lipsky saying good night, so long. I hope you decide to tune in next week on Wednesday. And winners, Turbo basketball. Well, that's a good night on the V-Hawk Sports Network.